Okay, cool. So, hello, am I audible? Tushar,
Yes, yes,
Mudassir, Bhaskar,
Yes,
I am
yes,
audible, right?
yes, you
yeah.
are.
So, I'll request you all to be on mute. Meanwhile, hi everyone, and welcome to the weekly Dhwan Roadmap Progress Sync live stream. And this is part six, and we have some exciting things to share and also a couple of things that I will like to talk about, right? So let me first introduce the call for people who might have joined for the first time or are not aware why we stream every week. So this live stream is actually inspired from a blockchain project which is called MakerDAO. And MakerDAO community used to live stream their community updates and regular meetings online to basically maintain a layer of transparency and also to keep the energy levels up, right? And so every week we spend 30 minutes on Sunday, 9 p.m., to basically share the hard work that we have been doing and like where we stand, what are the problems that we are facing while solving the problem that we have picked up for Dhuan, and also like any exciting milestones that we are completing. That is, I think, is also an important part of the journey. So this is more like a documentation. It's a video documentation of our journey. It's a try by the entire team to maintain transparency for the people for who we are building, and we are trying to solve something which is a very real, a very big problem. And I think it also gives us a window into how people, well, people have come and given me feedback on certain things during the past live streams. So that is also one valuable and one beautiful aspect of doing this live streams. So today I have three team members with me. We have Bhaskar from Mysore, we have Tushar from Bangalore, and we have Mudassir from Delhi. And also, I am happy to announce that Mudassir is a new team member who joined recently from Delhi, and he's a student from Jamia Millia Islamia University, and we are very happy and very proud to have him as a team member at Dhuan. So, welcome, Mudassir. And so I'll quickly share my screen and basically first show that what would be the agenda for this call, like what are the updates that we want to give. Just let me share my screen. Let me know if my screen is visible. Yeah. So there are a couple of things that I want to give update on in this live stream. Number one is that we completed our research proof of concept for voice AI model, and we started experimenting and building around stuff. And we are building our voice AI in-house and to cut down on cost. So we completed our first iteration of experimentation. And in this call, we'll be basically sharing the benchmarking results for our in-house voice AI experiment. Second update that I wanted to give was that Dhuan now has become a team of 10, including three founders, six engineers, and one AI. So that is a small milestone that we have completed. One uh, one topic that I wanted to talk on was basically, as we all know, that. there is a war going on in Middle East, and is there any impact of US-Iran war on Dhwan? So I will give a very calm and very straight answer that at this point we are a very early stage startup. All of our engineers are based out of India. No engineer is based out of Middle East. There is no, we are building for our geography first. So I think India is a very large country geographically and very linguistically challenging also. So uh, I don't think we have any exposure to the ongoing Middle East situation. Also, financially, also, we have not raised funds from any Middle East investors or any investors yet. So I don't think that there is any exposure or any impact on Dhuan of the difficult war that is going on. We do wish that things come to normal. We do wish that people are able to get their gas cylinders and basic necessities outside of this madness. So that is something which we wish at Dhuan. But if we talk about business, there is completely no zero, absolutely zero impact on Dhuan as of now. The next point or next topic that I wanted to talk on was that we have made a strategic decision, and that strategic decision is that we will be suspending our crypto plans for Dhuan platform for foreseeable future because we decided that we want to focus entirely on building the affordable hearing care platform so that we can like really put all our energy, all our stamina, and all our focus on one thing. And I think for near future, we'll be focusing on building the affordable hearing care platform. So I think that is one strategic choice that we are making at Dhwan. The next topic that I wanted to talk on was about the updates on the backend infrastructure that we have spent a fortnight building. So we right now we are building the user microservice and the voice microservice, which both are very critical parts of the planned architecture, which will power all the backend engineering at Dhwan. So I'm happy to say that we completed two phases of uh, user service, which was done by our team member Muskan. She did a really good job completing the task in time as well as basically keeping the code quality, which is like scalable in long term. And the other voice service is being handled by our team member Tushar from Bangalore. And I think Tushar has also done has done an impressive job with because this is like really critical for for the infrastructure, right? It's a voice AI startup. So everything, the first thing that's the most critical, that is the voice infrastructure. So I think it like Tushar has done a good job with voice service. So that is something going into the next sprint, what we want to build is the review infrastructure. Like we want to utilize artificial intelligence to automate some part of code review because the artificial intelligence has increased the prototyping speed for software development. But what me and other co-founders have felt in the past month is that it has also bumped up the code review time because code reviews have become more difficult with AI, right? When you think from the perspective of long-term quality and scalability of the platform, right? So, and you have to keep a balance with moving towards the MVP as well as keeping the technical debt of the platform to a minimum, right? So, it's a difficult chess that we have to play uh, around artificial intelligence. So, going in the next sprint, I will be planning basically we'll be setting up a couple of thing, things which are important for the code review infrastructure. We'll be setting up SonarLint. SonarLint is something which I used at uh, Quench at OC Tenor. It's an amazing project. It's a PHP MySQL project. Used to love it back in the days. So we'll be setting up SonarLint for our microservices. We'll be automating the repetitive and easy for AI stuff of code review process so that we can focus on high level design, low level design, and scalability and maintainability and the quality of the code. So that is what we are planning for the infrastructure. The second thing that we will be implementing and second thing that we will be building in the next month, that will be the communication microservice for Dhwan. It's something which is a requirement for the platform that we're building. So that will be a microservice that we'll be building post pre-MVP, and most probably by the next month we'll have that ready for production. So that is the update on the backend infrastructure. And the last topic that I wanted to about is that there are some planned changes in Dhuan interview procedures. So I think there was an incident where I gave a good opportunity to someone who failed an interview for the first attempt, and I gave her 1 month to uh, because she was from a village. Like, okay, if you work hard, I'll give you one more opportunity. I gave her one more opportunity and his assignment that take this assignment, and if you complete it, then we might rehab the interview, right? But 1 month later, 1 month later, when we took the interview, we realized that the candidate was cheating in the call, and she was looking back at the camera again and again, even after being pointed out. And also, someone from behind the camera was helping her. I don't know what. So uh, that was something which was a lesson for me because I don't take it kindly if somebody abuses my kindness. And that is something which we will be changing in the one interview procedures. We'll be making them more difficult and more piercing. And that is to maintain the quality of culture that we have built at Dhuan. And that is also to filter out mindset problems at the hiring level. I will be making it more difficult. So that is something which will be making changes in the Dhuan interview procedure. So, fine, that is all on the founder's point of view. Now, my team member Bhaskar will be sharing the benchmarking results for our first iteration of experimentation that we are doing with AI. So, I'll pass the ball to Bhaskar. Over to you, Bhaskar, and I'll be closing my own screen.
Let me share my screen. Yeah. Hi, Harshit, Tushar, and everyone. Is my screen getting shared? Fine, fine. So, yeah. So, hey, everyone. Welcome back to another Sunday update from Team Dhwana. This week is a big one. Basically, our Hindi speech to text is working end to end for the first time. Not a prototype, not a proof of concept, a real system tested on real audio, returning real Hindi text in under 2 seconds. That is what we are going to walk you through today. So let's get on to it. So yeah, so let's start with why we are building this. Basically, 1 in 8 Indians has some form of hearing loss. That is over 160 million people. And when you talk to anyone in that community, the same frustration comes up again and again. The tools that exist today were simply not built for them. Talking about the existing voice AI systems, most voice AI systems in the world today are trained predominantly on English and European languages. When you give them Indic languages like Hindi, Kannada, or Bengali, These are languages with completely different sentence structures, different scripts, different phonetics. They fall apart. We have tested this ourselves. We ran popular AI tools on real conversational Hindi, and the results were not just bad. They were producing the wrong script entirely, like Urdu for Hindi, Romanized garbage for conversational speech, basically. Also, even if the accuracy was of some models was pretty much good, but most of the tools require an internet connection. For a hearing aid, that is a deal breaker. Say you are at a doctor's appointment, you are in a market, you are having a conversation in a place with no signal. Your hearing aid cannot stop working. And then there is privacy. Every time you send audio to an external server, the conversation is exposed. For a hearing aid, that is not acceptable. So, what we did was we set out to solve all of these problems at once. So, yeah, talking about what we did build actually this week. So we built the full voice to text pipeline end to end. Basically four steps. You first record your audio on the phone, the app then sends it to our voice service, our AI processes it, and the Hindi text appears on the screen. Now this sounds simple, but here required solving a genuinely hard problem. Indian languages are not just different languages, they process differently, they sound differently, the way people mix words mid sentence is different. We needed an AI system that was actually trained on Indian language data. Conversational Hindi, the kind people speak at home and in markets, and not just formal Hindi speech. So, what we did was we tested with real audio clips from different speakers, different accents, different speeds, different sentence lengths, shorter clips, longer clips. Basically, also including clear audio and naturally noisy recordings. I am very much happy to share that our pipeline handled all of it. And everything we built is on device and sovereign. Your audio never leaves your phone's ecosystem. So now talking about the numbers, the benchmarks which Harshit mentioned about, these are basically real benchmark numbers, not estimates. So overall accuracy across these three languages we tested upon, basically Hindi, Kannada and Bengali, is 85%. Our response time is under 2 seconds for an average clip. The clips we tested range from like 9 seconds to 23 seconds. Sorry, 0.9 seconds to 23 seconds. So we tested basically around 300 real conversational audio clips. We had zero failures and every single request processed successfully. Let me break that down language by language because the story gets more interesting here. So our Hindi is at 90.2% accuracy. That means 9 out of every 10 words is correct on conversational Hindi audio. For context, this is not clean studio audio. These are real recordings based on real speakers, natural speech. 90% on that is genuinely strong. Talking about Bengali, Bengali is at 89%, right alongside Hindi. Talking about Kannada, Kannada is at 77.1% as of now. This is good, but we know that it can be better and we can work upon it. Kannada has less training data available compared to Hindi and Bengali, which is a known challenge across the entire Indian language AI ecosystem. So yeah, we are also addressing it. Now, talking about the metric that I am most proud of, basically the response time. So our average inference is around 760 milliseconds. That means that from the moment your audio arrives at our service to the moment the text is ready, it is less than 1 second for the AI part alone. The full round trip, including sending and receiving, is under 2 seconds. That is the kind of speech a real time hearing aid needs. Basically, the lip sync latency, which we talk about. And yeah, the last thing which I am very much proud of is the zero failures across the 300 clips. That reliability number matters as much as accuracy. A hearing aid that works 90% of the time and crashes 10% of the time is not a hearing aid. It is kind of a frustration. Our zero failures means our users can depend on it. So, what's next? So, yeah, currently this is a big moment for us. Hindi working at this level of accuracy and speed means the hardest technical problem of this phase is solved. Next what we plan to do is to connect to the Android app. So instead of testing it via the backend, what you do is you tap record on a real phone and see the text appear on screen. That live on device experience is what we are building towards. We are also validating Kannada and Bengali on device alongside Hindi. We are pushing Kannada accuracy higher. So 77% is the currently our starting point, but yeah, we can do well. It's not our ceiling. And the architecture, talking about the architecture, the architecture we are building here is designed to scale. Adding a new language, whether it be Indian or any European or English language, does not mean we will be rebuilding anything. It will be a plug and play architecture. I think Tushar will elaborate more on this. So currently, India has 22 scheduled languages, hundreds of millions of people who deserve technology that actually works for them. Building at a time currently. So yeah, if you are someone who is hearing impaired, or you know someone who is, or you just believe that technology should work equally well for every language and every community in this country, this project is for you. Stay with us. It is going to be something special. So yeah, that's progress from my side. Passing on to Harshit.
So, thanks, Bhaskar, for such a insightful uh, articulation of the work that we are doing with machine learning. And Tushar has also worked very closely with Bhaskar on this, as well as the voice microservice that we are developing. And I'd pass the ball to Tushar, and I'd like Tushar to throw some light on basically the high level design and the architectural decisions that we are making to keep the platform more scalable and more resilient. So over to you, Tushar.
Thank you, Ashit. Am I audible? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes. So first of all, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the live stream. So as Bhaskar has talked about the model which we will be using in our voice service, so it was a very good explanation. Thank you for that. And now, as we stated in our previous live streams, that we are working on a fast API backend. So I will walk you through the architecture by tracing the life cycle of a single audio clip. So I would like to share my screen first. So is my screen visible? Is my screen visible?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
Tushar, you
So
Sharing of
can
the screen. So if the yeah, you're visible.
so first of all, it all starts with a Android app makes a direct API call to our resource layer. This layer acts as a gatekeeper. So what happens in this layer is our request filter middleware kicks in, where every request is generated with a request ID, and it is logged accordingly, so that the every request is 100% traceable. Then this layer is basically caring about the receiving the HTTP request of the audio file, the language code, and the user session tokens, and immediately
Tushar,
passes it down the chain.
can you Tushar, can you zoom in a bit for the audience? Because it's a SVG file, it will not break. So if you zoom, that would be good for basically illustration.
Good now?
Looks good.
Okay. So as I was talking about the resource layer, now the next data hits after the resource layer, that data hits the service layer. So this is the brain of the microservice where the heavy lifting is happening. So first it handles the security. It instantly couples it with the database, and it makes internal HTTP call to a user service layer and validate it using a user token. Then secondly, it handles the audio normalization. Android phones record the audio in all sorts of format, right? So our this service layer, what it does, it validates the correct format which model needs, and it also validates the duration of the clip uh, whether it's too long or too short, or it's corrupted or not. So after all this, we get a valid and clean JSON error instead of crashing. Then after that, the next layer is model interaction layer. So notice how the service layer never talks to AI models directly. So we built a completely decoupled model agonistic adapter. So we use fast API lifespan event to load the model directly into the global memory here, and exactly once when the server boots. So after that, when the service layer passes the clean audio to the interface, then the DAO layer or the database layer comes in action, where we use completely asynchronous PostgreSQL with fast API's SQL model. Our DAO model interact with the database, voice database, to fetch model versioning data and log system health without even blocking the main event loop. So to wrap up, in short, we built a modular pipeline to receive, secure, normalize, and transcribe. It's built on Fast API, as I told, and managed securely with Poetry, and designed specifically to handle the heavy load of on-device Indian language processing without breaking a sweat. And also, the, there is a one great thing of our backend is, if we need to change into a better model, so we don't need to change the entire backend code. In worst case, we have to do minimal changes. So that is the backend code we have built. Over to you, Harshit.
Such a detailed look at the microservice. I hope no watchers zoned out because Tushar, really went for a really in-depth look at how the voice microservice is working. And I think the building blocks that we're building are really profound when it comes to design, and also I think we have not compromised on speed with quality, because all these years working in the industry for the last 11 years, I think there's a trade-off that we engineers have to struggle with, and that trade-off is quality versus TET. TET is turnaround time, right? So, really happy to say that basically when I started Dhuan, I wanted to build an engineering culture which I wanted to build a engagement culture that I liked at OC Tanner, but the engineering culture that I liked at Nika, and both of them to run together was a difficult thing. It's still a difficult thing. I think I and the team have to invest into the culture daily to keep that culture quality going on, and really happy to see that the progress that we've made, and really excited to basically make the progress that is planned. So thanks everyone. I think that would be all from our side. We at Dhuan will see you next week, same time, and really wish you and your family good spring, since spring is coming, and also really wish that people who are in pain and agony find a solution, in no unnecessary people suffer in a conflict that is brought by madness on two sides. So that is all from my side. So closing up, I think I'll be wrapping up. Thanks, Mudassir. Thanks, Bhaskar. And thanks, Tushar, for joining this evening. And thank you all for listening. And thank you. We'll be dropping.